All right, welcoming you to chair yoga for the care of Waldenstroms for every body. You can see that I'm joining you from Florida. Well, this is my Florida backdrop. I was hoping I'd be able to join you, share my outdoor location with you, but unfortunately the weather is very windy and I just thought it would be too distracting for our class. But I did want to give us a little taste of the ocean today, a little taste of Florida. So with our gentle chair yoga class, we're going to be starting in a seated posture. We'll warm up really slowly. We'll do some standing, which is optional, and some balance work, and then we'll come to sit again and wind down again. So it's the same template every time. And if it's cold where you are, we're going to warm you up today with some twists and with some breath connected movement. So let's get started. I'm just going to start with some simple movements of my arms. I'm going to inhale my arms straight out and up. And as I exhale, I'm going to bring the arms down. Okay, so I'm just waving hello to my Waldenstrom's friends. Today we're just going to go with the flow of how you're feeling in your body. So I'm breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Maybe you're going faster, maybe you're going slower, whatever feels good to you. Maybe you're going a little higher. That's good. Maybe you feel like standing. So let's do 3 more of these, going with the flow. Making the movements mindful on the way up and the way down. For 1 more. Resting my hands in my lap. And just for a moment, I'm going to invite you to try this breath practice with me. Sometimes it's called ocean breath, and you can see I've got the ocean in my background. Sometimes it's called ujjayi breath, which translates from Sanskrit to victorious breath. So I like to think of it as like the sound of your fans cheering. It's breath with sound. And it's sort of created by lightly constricting the back of the throat, like you're fogging up a mirror. So I want to try this with the mouth open to begin. You're going to breathe in through the nose. And as you exhale with your hand, I want you to see if you can feel your breath on your hand. So we're breathing in through the nose, softly with control. Notice as you do this, the shape you're making with your throat. Accentuate that sound if you can. And then the real trick here is to try this with the mouth closed. So I'm still creating that shape. Except for now, I've got this sort of beautiful sensation in my throat, like I'm sipping in nectar and I'm slowly letting it out. It's almost like Darth Vader breath. If it's that strong sounding, you're doing it too hard, too forcefully. So that's breath with sound. So you could try that. We're going to do a little meditation, very, very short meditation now. Whether you want to do ujjayi breath or not. And I'll ask you to just close your eyes for a moment. Feel your feet on the earth, the seat in your chair. And in your mind's eye, you can conjure the image of an ocean in front of you. And as you breathe in, you can feel that crest of the wave. And as you breathe out, that wave breaks and begins to recede. So our breath is like the wave in an ocean. We're breathing in, climbing up to the crest of the wave and letting it recede all the way out. And maybe you're doing this with breath with sound, ocean breath, or not. Just breathing in and out at whatever pace feels right to you. Can you do 3 breaths in a row? Perhaps you'd like to just rub the hands together. Take off your glasses, if you're wearing them. Loosely cup the palms over the eyes. And we're taking care of our eyes. Many of us experience eye issues, whether it's as a result of Waldenstrom's or aging. So I just want to roll my eyes around, kind of lubricate them. Then I might move my eyes side to side, up and down. And I'm giving myself permission during our class today to go at my own pace and to take really good care of myself. And then feeling the contour of the face, if you like, perhaps massaging, smoothing the brow open or tracing the jawline, just allowing the hands to find any little part of the body that needs some tension relief. Yeah, taking a moment to take exquisite care of yourself. And then maybe you put your glasses back on if you've taken them off, and you can continue that massage as long as you like. That's good, Pamela. We are going to lift those shoulders up, back, and down. Great idea. Kind of shrugging off the burdens we carry around with us, letting them go. Up, back, and down, right? So I'm already really good at lifting my shoulders up by my ears. Is that you too? What I need to get a little bit more aware of is back and down. And I'm not going to force that. Up, back, and down. Beautiful. And then I'm going to bring my arms straight out in front. We'll bring the right arm over to the right. And then with my feet on the earth and my sit bones anchoring down, I'm going to twist my torso to the right and see if I could touch my palm towards my other palm. And then I'm opening my left arm to the left, twisting to the left and opening to center. Breath in, breath out. Breathing in, coming to center. Breathing out, twisting left. Inhale. Exhale, everything is straight and strong. Inhaling center. Exhaling left. And one more on each side. I'm not leaning. I'm only going as far as feels safe to me. My arm doesn't have to touch my other arm. And last one on the left side. You've got it. Coming back to center, both arms out to the sides. And I'm going to bring my palms back a little bit. My arm is disappearing into the palm tree here. And I'm lifting my heart, squeezing my shoulder blades together, feeling that openness in my chest, in my lungs. And then I can give myself a hug, just for getting out of bed today. Good job, you. Breathing in, opening wide, arms back. heart lifted. Exhale, opposite arm on top. Give yourself another hug for coming to yoga. Inhale, open wide. That's beautiful, Beth. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Opposite arm on top. Maybe you want to tuck the chin down a little bit. And then last one, inhale, open wide. Such a good hug. Exhale, last hug. Best one yet. Really nice, guys. And then you can release both arms down, and I'll go ahead and stretch my right arm out to the right. So I'm sitting up nice and tall, my feet are on the earth, and I'm going to open my fingertips as wide as I can, right? So the palm is lifted as if I'm holding up an imaginary wall. You got it. So the palm is out to the side, right? Sharon, stretch your palm over to the right. So there's a wall on your right side, and you're lifting it out. Right over to that's perfect. And now I'm going to make a fist around my thumb and drop my knuckles down, down, down towards the earth. Beautiful. Inhale, palm is lifting, fingers spreading. Exhaling, fist around the thumb, drop it down. Got it, Nancy. And one more like that. I can feel the work. Exhaling, dropping the knuckles down. And then we'll go ahead and just let this arm rest in the lap and stretch the other wing out to the side. I'm going to separate my fingers as wide as I can and then curl that fist around my thumb and drop the knuckles down. Breathing in, opening the palm wide. Breathing out, fist around the thumb, drop it down. And last one. You've got it, Mike. Beautiful. Knuckles down, down, down. And then relaxing that arm in the lap. Now we'll stretch the right arm to the right again. And this time I'm going to tilt my left ear towards my left shoulder. And letting that left shoulder relax. And this could feel like a good stretch. If I want a little more, I could spin my chin down. So I'm looking down at my left shoulder. And I'll begin to just circle my palm down, down, down until I'm ready to just tuck it behind my back. So real quick visit, and I'm stretching that upper neck and shoulder area. Taking a breath in, sighing it out the mouth. That's good, Catherine. So glad to see you, friend. And then I'm coming back up, and I'm going to do that on the other side. So I'll stretch the left arm out, tilting my right ear towards my right shoulder. I might like to spin the chin down and make some circles, slow circles, and I'm moving all the way down, tucking my arm behind my back, spin my chin down, and take a couple breaths here. What can you let go of? All right, and then coming back to center, rubbing those hands together, creating a little warmth, a little friction, right? Sending this to those of you who are practicing in a colder state, creating some warmth. So nice to see some new faces here. Maureen joining us from Michigan. Yes, and Nancy as well. Now I'm going to interlace my fingers, and Sharon squeezing the knuckles, juicing things up. I'll press my palms away. And this could be down low, this could be at shoulder height, whatever feels good for your shoulders. And now I'll invite you to lift the arms up as far as feels safe. Right? Maybe you want to envision the palms kissing the ceiling. Just a little gentle kiss of the ceiling. And then we're relaxing the arms down. I'm going to grab onto the sides of my chair or the back of my chair. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. If you're standing, you could interlace the fingers behind the back. I'm lifting my heart. And again, I'm feeling that openness across my chest. This is helpful for undoing our rounded postures we develop. And then I'll just let the arms dangle and swing. All right, friends, I'm going to move back in my chair. So beware, this is the IWMF office. Here it comes. Here it is. I'm in a little corner here upstairs, and it's so cool to meet and see all the staff who are diligently working downstairs and have offered to be quiet for our class, and I'm so grateful for them. So I've come to sit again in my upright posture, but this time I'm going to bring a little bit of space between my feet. So I have a nice wide stance, and I'm noticing my belly, the bowl of my belly, and I'm going to just take a circular movement, maybe moving clockwise, and just allowing my belly to be soft. Yes, there's a certain amount of work I'm doing to stay upright. And I might close my eyes here. I'm going to take a breath in. Fill the belly. Take a breath out. It's a wonderful self-soothing technique. Filling up the belly with your breath. Reminding yourself that the belly is an important part of our breathing. And when we're holding the belly in, as we need to do for many things, it's harder to get a deep breath. So when we're consciously wanting to increase lung capacity or activate the parasympathetic nervous system, rest, digest, heal, belly breathing is a great way to do that, to slow things down. All right. And welcoming you. Oh, she can't hear me yet. Okay. So now I'm going to bring my hands onto my legs and just do a torso circle here. Circling in one direction. Doesn't matter which one. Stirring the pot. I could move in the other direction whenever I'm ready. Circling in one direction. And then slowly making my way back to neutral. And I can slide my right hand up my right rib cage and lean over to the left. And I'm going to see if I can fill my rib cage with my breath, breathing in, breathing out. That's good. Coming back to center, sliding the left hand up the left rib cage, leaning to the right. Seeing if I can relax that left shoulder even though the hand is slid up. Lifting that rib cage. And then releasing back to center. Let's try some side bending using the whole arm. Right arm reaching up and over. Coming back to center. Left arm lifting up and over. Coming back to center. That's good. And we'll do 2 more on each side, moving at your own pace. And last one on each side. All right, I'm going to grab onto my chair and I'm just going to step my feet back inside. And then I'll step my feet back out. And I'm trying to keep my core really stable here. So I'm warming up my hip joints. Welcoming you, Goddess, as we do a little bit of movement to warm up the body in the hips. So we're seated with a nice wide stance and we're walking in and walking out. You could always do this standing if you prefer. And making it your own, right? Doing what feels best for you. Beautiful. And then the next time I bring my feet in, I'm going to stay there. And I'm just going to stretch my right leg out. You could go straight ahead, but I'm to the side so you can see. I've got my heel on the earth, and I'm just going to point my foot down and flex my toes up. So I'm pumping the foot down and up. Maybe it's with my breath. You've got it. Pumping up and down 1 or 2 more times. Right? That leg can be straight out in front. And then I'll go ahead and switch sides. So left leg straight out in front, pumping the foot up and down, lubricating the ankles. So a little bit of movement in a lot of places. That's our goal for any session we do together. So pleased to see such a big group today. 30 plus people. And then we'll come back. And then I'm just going to take a little walk in place. Opposite arm, opposite leg. If you have lots of energy you need to release, you could stand for this. We'll do this standing in a moment as well, optionally. So I'm swinging my arms, opposite leg at whatever pace feels good to me. Taking a little walk. Maybe I'm imagining in my mind's eye my favorite place to walk. And I'm loving looking into some of your spaces or backdrops, right? So Kimberly, I'm imagining, am I going to take that left path or that right path? I think I walk the path less less traveled, as it were. All right, and then I'm releasing both feet down, and I'm going to take a moment to just check in with my energy levels. Some of us experience crushing levels of fatigue. So physical activity could be just the thing for you. That's the #1 intervention for cancer-related fatigue. But if you're so tired that standing up would be depleting, you can choose to stay seated. If it's in my practice today, I'll come to stand, and I'm going to take this opportunity to do so slowly, mindfully. I'm in no hurry. I'm coming to stand, and I might just walk it out. If I decide to stay seated today, that's totally fine. It's up to me. And I'm just going to walk in place for a moment, kind of get all of my juices flowing. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Maybe you want to kind of get things adjusted, take a little sip of water. Totally optional to stand. Breathing. All right, and then wherever you are, seated or standing, I'd like you to connect with your feet. Whether you're wearing shoes or no shoes, even within my shoes, I'm noticing all 10 toes. You got it, Anne. I don't know if I can keep up with you today. And I'm going to ask my toes, I'm going to plead with my toes. Can you please all lift up and spread and dig back down? So I'm lifting my toes, maybe, spreading them and digging them back down. And if my toes are not cooperating with me, I am okay with that. Right? This is just my state of being. I'm observing it without judgment, being with it. And in my mind's eye, I could visualize if something on my body is not responding to my request. All right, and then from here, I'm going to see how it would feel to come up onto my tiptoes. Whether you're seated or standing, you can get a little calf pump. So I'm breathing in, lifting up, breathing out, coming back down. Maybe you would like to move the arm or arms in some way. If you're seated as well, you can lift one or both arms. I'm breathing in, breathing out. I'm so excited to see some interesting birds here in Florida. Right outside the office were 2 sandhill cranes, and they were just beautiful, just standing there. They weren't afraid of me at all. And of course, I immediately thought of this, and I thought of all of you with your beautiful posture and your good balance. Let's take one more. Beautiful. And then I'll take a moment to stretch. So I could do this seated. I'm going to take my feet back a little bit. So if you're caring for back issues, this could feel good, right? Or if you're having limitations in your mobility in your back, you're going to stay safe, keeping my head lifted if I have glaucoma or vertigo. And if I'm really tight in my hamstrings, I might just bend my knees a little bit. If I'm seated in a chair, I might just bring my forearms to my thighs. Take a couple breaths, sigh it out the mouth. And slowly making my way up. You got it, Jane. I'm going to step my right foot forward and bring my left foot back at a little angle. And please just try to modify this if you're seated in whatever way feels good. I'm going to bend and straighten into my right knee. And then I'll keep my right knee bent. I'm squeezing my left glute muscle, and I'm coming from this sort of reaching forward posture to an upright posture. That's it, Edith. You got it. And then I might do something with my arms. I could take my hands to my chest, my heart center. I could place one or both hands on my heart. That's beautiful, Lois. A very nice way to practice Warrior One. If you feel wobbly here, if you're standing, you could widen the base. Just walk the right foot over to the right. If you have, you want to do a little more movement, you could inhale the arms out and up, and exhale the hands to heart center. 1 or 2 times. All right, you got it, Maureen. And then I'm going to bring my hands to my chair, shorten my stance. I still have my right foot forward and my left foot back. And I'm taking a bow. Taking a bow here. Maybe my forearms rest on the back of my chair. Maybe my fingertips reach the seat of the chair. Pulling my belly up to my spine. That's good, Nancy. Finding your breath. We're tucking our chins. Doing whatever feels best for you, Mike. And then we'll slowly make our way up. All right. So in our strength training with Sharon video, we have a very challenging balance exercise. And this, what we're about to do, is, in my hope, is to help you prepare for this or to give you some more thoughts on how to do this. So let's have the weight in our right foot, and we're going to kick up our left leg. And we're going to do that a couple times. Right? If you're sitting, you can walk, cross crawl, opposite arm, opposite leg. And this will kind of stimulate the same parts of the body. Then I might keep my leg lifted with a soft bend to my knee. And I'm going to reach, let's see, what arm would feel good? My right arm forward. So it's an opposite. In Sharon's video, she has us reaching the same arm forward, and it could feel like you need a counterbalance. Come back down. Left foot forward. We'll do all that on the other side. So I've got my left foot forward, my right foot back. I'm coming to a Warrior One foot posture, bending and straightening my left knee. So instead of moving to the balance challenge on the other side, we're going to move to that Warrior One first, squeezing that right glute muscle. The hands can rest on the heart or wherever feels good. Finding my breath. That's good, Catherine. The arms in the air if that's what suits you. Good. Maybe you want to do some arm movement here. That would be perfectly fine. Got it, Beth. And then we're going to come out of it nice and slow. Shorten the stance. Both legs are straight. I'm tipping forward, taking a bow. Keeping my chin tucked so I can protect my neck. You got it, Judy. Taking a couple breaths here. Easy breaths. All right, and then making our way up, we can start to put the weight in the left foot. And I'm kicking up my right leg. And I could do a few of those, see how this feels. I might like to stay lifted and stretch my right arm out. Staying safe at all times. And then relaxing back down. And I could try to go back and forth, right? I could try to do right leg and left arm and switch it up. And gradually, I might be able to have less weight in my hands. And this could be one way we approach that balance challenge. Gradually, taking little steps. And then I might take one more downward dog, right? Or a version of something that resembles downward dog. Very good. And making your way up. When you're ready, you could take a little sip of water. Got it, Cheryl. And then I'll go ahead and I'll take one standing balance challenge today. In my mind's eye, I'm seeing those sandhill cranes. They're so tall and graceful. And I'm imagining that I'm sending my roots deep down into the earth, connecting with your roots. So we're one interconnected root system. And I'll bring my weight into my right foot. Simply going to stand on my right leg, hugging that left leg in, maybe a soft bend to the right knee. And if I'm practicing this seated, I'm practicing a visualization. And I'm working towards taking my hands to heart center, or maybe it's one hand on the chair, one hand on the heart. You got it, Lois. Beautiful. And then releasing, kicking it out. And switching sides, weight in the left foot. Pick up the right leg, hug it in. Maybe you're visualizing this. Maybe you're working towards taking both hands off the chair. If that's all really easy for you, you can try closing the eyes. I want to find my wobble point. This is where I'll improve. And if you're seated in a chair, you could always lift one leg up. Right, and you're visualizing standing on one leg. And release. Beautiful. So I'll take a little bit of a wider stance, whether I'm seated or standing. And I'm just going to take another set of side bends. And as I do these side bends, this time I'm going to notice my opposite shoulder. So I'm allowing that shoulder to be loose. If I lift my left arm up and over, that right shoulder's relaxed. If I lift my right arm up and over, the left shoulder is loose. You got it. Strong through both legs. And then any other movements the body's asking for in a standing posture. Going with the flow. You got it, Mary. Going with the flow. What does my body want to do? How do I want to move my body? Nobody's looking at me. I can do whatever feels good. Thankfully, there's no one in this office yet, although our CEO is on his way here, and I'm in his office. So I'm going to get all my movement out. All right. Walking it out one last time. You got it, Beth. Got a lot of extra energy today. Taking one more sip. All right. Looks good, Renee. So glad to see you, my friends. And then I'll come back to my original position. If I stood up, I'm going to come to sit. I'm not in any hurry to get there. In fact, I could take the slow elevator ride down and really turn on my glute muscles. Right, slow ride down, really feeling that effort, unless you have knee issues, and skip it. All right, great job, guys. I'm gonna cross my right ankle over my left knee or something thereabouts. Got the right ankle over my left knee, and I might take a moment to just massage my right foot. That's good, already doing it. And then moving into my hip stretch, I'll take hold of my shin or my knee or whatever's available. And I might already be feeling a lot here. If that's you, you just stay where you are. If you want a little more sensation, you can reach the heart forward. Okay, tuck that chin. That's good, Jane. Breathing in. Breathing out. Softening the shoulders. Letting go. You got it. Sitting up tall. We can cross the knee over. I'm taking a twist to my right. Twisting to my right. The hands are wherever feels best. I'm not forcing this. I'm using my torso to twist. My shoulders are relaxed. My jaw is relaxed. And then I'm slowly making my way back to center. Got it. Switching sides. I'll take my left ankle over my right knee. Massaging my left foot. So for those of us who need extra grounding, like if you feel scattered, if you feel anxious, work with the lower part of the body. Work with the feet, any of the joints in the lower limbs, or just the legs in general, even the hips. And this can be a therapeutic offering for those of us with those issues. I did this on the plane, actually. I was really nervous to fly. And I just did a whole series of movement and breath, my lower limbs. It really helped. Grab onto your shin. Maybe you want to lean forward a little bit. Maybe you want to stay where you are. I'm tucking my chin and softening my shoulders. Taking a few easy breaths. I don't have to work so hard all the time. Just because I can doesn't mean I have to. And sitting up tall, we'll cross the knee over. And I'm taking that twist to the left. My hands are in support of my twist, but not forcing it. I could let my shoulders relax. That's good, Diane. And we're slowly coming back to center. Beautiful posture, Beverly. And we'll just uncross the legs. And then let's go ahead and take one last big stretch. Stretch the arms, stretch the legs, make any other movements the body's asking for. And we'll come to a really comfortable posture for a little winding down meditation. So I'm going to grab just my chimes right now. Can you hear that? All right, I would like you to come to the ocean side with me again. Feeling the feet on the earth, or maybe you can imagine the feet sinking into warm sand. And you're breathing the fresh, salt air in. And hearing the sound of the waves. Let your breath be the sound of the waves. Seeing if you could take 5 breaths in a row. Just relaxing into this moment just as it is, without trying to change anything. And then I'll just invite you to widen your awareness out. All of these Waldenstrom's friends are the waves, and together we are the ocean. Feeling that connectedness, that unity. And then when you're ready, you can blink the eyes open. Bring the hands to heart center or rest a hand on the heart. And we'll just close our class with the sound of 1 Om and 3 Shantis for peace. You can just listen, or you can join in, or you can create some other sound. Breathing in for Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And thanking you so much for your practice today, friends. Namaste. I hope that you'll continue to take really good care of yourself through the rest of this day, this week, and maybe you'd like to join me on Sunday for a Yoga Nidra practice at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll send you the info in the follow-up recording email, and you can reach out if you have any questions. In the meantime, take exquisite care.